So in the previous session, we are discussing about how to launch the Linux server, how to launch the Linux server, and also how to launch the Windows server using EC2 service. These two things we have learned with practically. How you are launching Linux server, how you are launching Windows server. These two things we have completed. Now, today we are going to discuss about transfer the files, transfer files from local system to Linux server, that is launched Linux server or Windows server. Windows server. For that, what are the steps we have to follow? What are the steps we have to follow? This concept we have to discuss today. This is the main agenda, that is how we are transferring the files from your system to launched Linux server, launching Windows server, launching Windows server. Okay. Dear students, anyone wants to join with me? That is regarding the previous concept before I explain today concept. Unmute your mic. Yes, unmute. Unmute.
Hello, sir. I'm audible.
Yes, yes. Okay. Now I am connecting the AWS login. I have to use the AWS login. You can join it using management console, right? I am given the mail ID and the password. My AWS account is open. Tell me, first I have to explain how to transfer the local file system. For that, for that, you need to launch, the Windows server. Windows server. In the last session, I explained very clearly how we had to launch the Windows server using EC2 service. Using EC2 service. 505, please
Yes,
help me how to join, how to launch the Windows server, how to launch the Windows server. For that, what are the steps we are followed in the yesterday
sir.
session? Sir,
Firstly, click on the services button above.
okay, okay, click on the services. Next,
Instance EC2.
click on compute. Under that,
Compute. Click on compute.
hmm,
Select
you have
EC2.
okay, and then
It will show the instances.
okay, there is no instances
We
are
can check.
there. Now we have to
Yes,
launch
sir.
the Windows
Now
server. How we have to launch the Windows
we,
server?
we can create a new instance.
Launch instances. You have to click on the launch instance. Then,
Launch instance. Set
then
Windows Server.
you have to give the name, any name. That's I am given Windows Server CSC I am given. Windows Server CSC I am given. Then what is the next step? You have to choose the operating system images. That is
ISO
Amazon
file
which name?
image.
Which image you have to choose? You are
Windows.
launching what? We are launching the Linux server or you are launching the Windows server?
Windows Server.
Windows. So we have to choose which one?
Windows Server.
Windows. Windows. And then,
Select T2 Micros instance.
yes, yes, the free tier eligible one, we can select it. And then the instant type, we have to choose it T2.micro. It is providing 1 CPU and 1 GB RAM. Next, what is the next step?
Select the region.
Click on,
Keep a
already done
value.
the first step, you are done. You are chosen the Mumbai region. Default, it is chosen the Mumbai region in my account. That's already done. We can choose the key pair. Click on create new key pair. You have to give the name, that is Windows Server key I am given. Windows Server CSC key I am given. Click on create key pair. Key pair is downloading. Then the next step is, what is the next step?
Allow
In
update.
network settings, you can click on edit option. whatever the default VPC is there, the default VPC as is we have to taken. In upcoming session, we have to create your virtual private cloud. Whatever you are creating the virtual private cloud, under that you are launching the Linux server, you are launching the Windows server, you are launching the Ubuntu server, you are launching the Red Hat Linux. That is in the next upcoming sessions. There is no subnet preference I am given. Now, the security group I am given the Windows Server CSC security group I am given. The same, I copied it and paste it in the description. Paste it in the description. And here we have to choose the type is RDP. If you are launching the Linux server, you have to choose the type is SSH. The Linux server, the SSH port range is 22. Now you are launching the Windows server. The type we have to choose it. The RDP
Anywhere.
port we have to choose it. RDP we have to choose it. Type. Port range is 3389. Source type is anywhere. And then 30 GB storage is providing the default 30 GB is providing. I am not adding any additional new volume, right? I am not adding any advanced details right now. In upcoming, I have to add the advanced details also. Click on launch instances. Okay, good. Then what is the next step? I am refreshing.
It will create an instance.
What is the instance state? What is the instance
It is
state?
pending now. We need to
Right.
start it by
Okay.
clicking launch instance.
Okay. Already that's done. Already you are completed. Launch instance. So it is taking the time, that is to connect the Mumbai region data center to launch the Windows server on Mumbai region data center, the Windows server. It is taking the time 1 or 2 minutes time. Now the instance state is running. Okay. Now I'm selecting the instance state. Okay. I'm selecting the instance state. I have to copy the public IPv4. I'm pasting it in the notepad. I have to paste it in the notepad. This is the public IPv4 for the Windows server, for my Windows server, How we have to connect the Windows server? We can select the instance, go for the connect option, select the RDP client, you have to note down the public DNS in the notepad. This is the public DNS, and also we have to note down the username. The username is administrator. You have to copy and paste it, and then to launch the Windows server, you need the password. You can click on get password. You are downloading the key pair, the PEM file format key pair you are downloaded for Windows server. Now we have to upload the private key. Click on upload option. You are given the name, key pair name. Now 810. We are given the name is Windows Server CSC key. You can select it, click on open. Scroll down. We can click on decrypt password. Password we have to copy it. And paste it in the notepad. Now I'm connecting this Windows server using remote desktop connection. In your laptop, in the search option at the bottom, remote desktop, you type it, you can choose the remote desktop connection. Click on that. Then you have to paste the computer name. That is, we have to copy it the public DNS, or you may copy the public IPv4, no problem at all. You can paste it here and then click on connect. Give the username. The username is administrator. Copy it and paste it here. And we have to enter the password. This is the password for Windows Server. Copy it and paste it here. paste it here. Click on OK. Click on Yes option. Now the Windows server is launched. Wait. Windows server is launched from the EC2 service. From the EC2 service. For that, already I am follow. Those are the those are the PPTs I have to follow. Those are the PPTs we have to follow to launch your Windows server. To launch your Windows server. Yesterday session already I shared it, the Google Drive link also. On the Google Drive link, the PPTs I am representing how you are launching the Windows server, how we have to launch the Linux server. For that, the relevant steps are also I am providing. With the help of these steps, we have to launch the Windows server. We have to launch the Windows server. Those are the steps. You have to select the region. That is, you are using your personal account. You have to choose the nearby region. In your place, the nearby region is Mumbai region. You can select the EC2 service, click on launch instances, then we can enter the instance name. You have to enter the instance name, any name you have to enter. For our naming convention, I am given Windows Server CSC. Now you can type the name Windows Server CSC. You can write it at the ending, your last three digits of your roll number. 501, 505, 510, Windows Server 501. Like that, we have to give the instant name. And then we have to choose the Amazon mission image. You are launching the Windows Server. You have to choose the mission images Windows. You are practicing. For that, we are choosing the free tier eligible one. The instance type in the Mumbai region, 370 instances are there. Out of that, we are choosing the free tier one, that is T2.micro. It is providing the 1 CPU and 1 GB RAM. And then the next step, we can click on create key pair. That is, we have to give the key pair name. Windows Server CSC I am given, right? And then we can enter the key pair name with a special character, right? And also we can select the private file format. In the PEM format, we can choose it and we can click on create key pair. Next, we can check the allow RDP, we can choose it. Type is RDP. Source is anywhere. Source is anywhere. Click on launch instances. The instance will be launched, right? All the steps I am providing, how we have to launch the Windows server. That is in the yesterday session. Now coming to here, the AWS. AWS, now it is in running status. Now it is in running status. Check here, my Windows server is launched. My Windows server is launched. You have doubt, you check it here, the host name, the instant ID. Last one we check it, 157F. 157F, the instant ID. See here, the instant ID for the Windows server. Instant ID for the Windows server, you check it, you copy it and paste it here in the notepad. The instant ID for the Windows server, 1574, last four digits. Means you are launched Windows server using EC2 service. Using EC2 service. You have any doubt, you can check it. What is the private IP address? 172.31.40.184. You see here 172.31.40.184. The private IP address is same. Our instance and this one. And then you check it, the public IP address 13.127.136.69. This is, and you are chosen to launch the server, to launch the instance. You are chosen the instance type is T2.micro. It is providing 1 CPU and 1 GB RAM is providing. 1 CPU and 1 GB RAM is providing. And you are launching the Windows server, it is providing 30 GB storage. If you are doubt, you can click on this one, folder. You can click on this folder. Click on this PC. How much storage is providing? 29.9 GB means 30 GB storage is providing. 30 GB storage is providing. Right? I am not installed any operating system in Windows Server. I can launch the Windows Server using AWS EC2 service. Using AWS EC2 service. Okay, I can minimize this one. Now, what is the agenda today? Today, how we can transfer the files from your local system to Linux server and the Windows server. The first I have to explain how we have to transfer the local system to the Windows server. How we have to transfer the local system to files you can transfer from local system to the Windows server. Windows server, right? This we have to discuss. Just now, I am launching the Windows server. I am launching the Windows server. I am launching the Windows server, right? So here, to transfer the files from local system to your launched Windows server, what are the steps we have to follow? What are the steps we have to follow? See here, what are the steps we have to follow? That is, first step is we can create the Windows EC2 mission. That's already I am launched. I am launching the Windows server. What is the next step? We can generate the password. That work is also completed. We can create file in local mission, and here here before that I can close this one. Now I'm connecting this Windows server using remote desktop connection. Remote desktop connection. Click on that. Now here we have to enter the public IPv4 or the DNS, public DNS name. Anyone we have to give it. So in the beginning, I am given, I am given, public DNS name I am given. Now I am given the public IPv4. No problem at all. You are launch your Windows server. You are launch your Windows server. Now to transfer the files from your laptop or from your system to the Windows server, we have to follow the steps. We can choose the show option, show option. We can click on that. Here it is showing menus, general, display, local resources. We can click on local resources, local resources. At the bottom, we can select more option. We can select more option. Here, the drivers, it is not the tick mark. You will put the tick mark. You will put the tick mark. Click on OK. Click on connect. Click on connect. We have to type the username. Here, the Windows server, the username is administrator. Windows server, username is administrator. You have to enter the password. Already I decrypt the password. This is the password. I copy it and paste it in this one. You have to paste it here. Click on connect. Click on S option. Right? That is the Windows server is connecting. Windows server is connecting. Now to transfer the files from my laptop, that is in the desktop, here the VCE notepad file is there. You can click on that. This is the information is there. This is the information is there. Now I have to copy this one as is. Copy it. Open the Windows server, launch the Windows server. Right click on it. You can paste it. You can paste it. I am pasting your launched Windows server. The VC notepad file, I am pasting it your Windows server, launched Windows server in the AWS. Click on that. Click on that. See here the same information which is available on Windows server, on the Windows server. Those are the steps we have to follow. Sir, I need to transfer the files. I need to transfer the file in my D drive, that is CCV folder, the PPTs, unit 2. I want to transfer this file. I want to transfer this file. Same procedure. Right click on it, copy, and you can click on the launched Windows server. Right click on it, paste it.